Hello, and welcome to the ETR IEP New Team Series. This session will focus on creating a common goal and vision for your team. For this part of the training, you will need to have the following resources available to refer to and use. The One Needs Assessment Questions and Triggers, the Goal Setting Protocol, Rita Pearson Every Kid Needs a Champion video, Values, Beliefs, and Attitudes video, the Affinity Mapping Protocol, and the Non-Negotiable District Example. The outcomes of this section will be to co-develop and communicate a district vision and norms of the work. In order for the team to be successful with implementation across the district, it is critical to agree on the vision and goals of the work. This is something you would want to discuss and agree upon at one of your initial team meetings. Without a common goal and vision, the team will not have a clear purpose of the work and could easily lose sight of the main focus. Answering the questions, "Where are you now?" and "Where are you headed?" will assist your team in identifying its visions and goals. The questions on the screen reflect the One Needs Assessment questions and triggers for the one plan that your district has or will be developing. The intent of the questions are to assist district teams with identifying areas of strength and growth. Questions 35 through 37 specifically focus on students with disabilities, and what you will notice is that each of those questions refer to some type of monitoring of ETRs and IEPs. If your district currently has no monitoring process in place, you might find it difficult to accurately answer these questions. Understanding current functions of your team will allow you to analyze strengths and areas for improvement. Please pause the presentation at this time to answer the 3 questions on the slide together as a team. It is recommended that you assign someone on your group to take notes over your group discussion so areas of need can be addressed during the action planning process. You may also refer to the One Needs Assessment Questions and Triggers handout. Now that you have a common understanding of where your district currently stands related to reviewing ETRs and IEPs, you can begin to think about the goals that you may want to set as a team so that all team members understand where you are headed. Wherever you are headed as a team, you're going to want to make sure that your vision aligns to the district or building vision. The sample on the screen shows a district that believes that all students can learn grade-level content when given the opportunities and tools to meet their unique individual learning needs. Please take a couple of minutes to watch the TED Talk by Rita Pearson titled "Every Kid Needs a Champion." As you view the video, write down your personal vision of an internal monitoring process on a separate sheet of paper and be ready to share with your team. At this time, ensure that all team members have a copy of the goal setting protocol. Pause the video and complete the steps of the protocol to co-develop your district vision for the work of the internal monitoring team. Have discussions around the questions on the slide. What is your district vision of special education services? And why is it important for your team to develop an internal monitoring process? Is it just to ensure your IEPs are compliant? Or are you going to use the process for results-driven accountability? Continue the presentation when you are finished. Remember, the purpose of developing in terms of reference for your internal monitoring team is to help with sustainability of the policies and procedures that your team develops. It will help team members remember why your team was developed and what the purpose of your team is. In essence, it contains the agreed upon written policies and procedures of your internal monitoring team. It's also important to note that it is intended to be updated regularly to reflect updates indicated by your data collection process. At this time, please pause and write your team's vision and purpose of your internal monitoring process on the terms of reference document that you've already used and added your team members to. Thank you. Now that your team agrees on common goals and visions of your work, you can co-develop your team's non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are agreements, principles, core beliefs, or values that are required, and all team members agree you will not vary from them. Team members must hold each other accountable to follow the non-negotiables, and reminders may be necessary from time to time. Once your non-negotiables are developed and adopted, they will no longer be open to negotiation and will never be compromised. The non-negotiables will become the foundation of the work, and all of the work by this team will support them. You may ask why non-negotiables are so important. One reason is that education is a value and belief-driven system. The non-negotiables will define the reason for the work of the team that in turn will allow team members to hold each other accountable for them. Non-negotiables will help prevent future conflicts of interest and confusion of the work. They will essentially become the way we do things in our district. Let's look at two examples of district non-negotiables. Number 1 on the slide states, the system is responsible for the prevention of student failure. That means that this team believes student failure is a result of a broken system. The second one states, all students will attend the school and classrooms they would attend if not identified by a specific disability using principles of natural proportions or proportional representation. This example is alluding to the placement of the student or his or her least restrictive environment. You are about to watch a video on values, beliefs, and attitudes. As you watch the video, make a personal reflection on a separate sheet of paper regarding your personal values, beliefs, and attitudes as they relate to students with disabilities. For example, what do you value about students with disabilities? It could be that you think it's important that students with disabilities achieve at high levels. And how do your attitudes reflect those values and beliefs about students with disabilities? It could be that you hold all students to high standards so that you might meet with them one-on-one if you notice they are struggling and provide additional supports for them to be successful in your class. At this time, allow your team to watch the video on values, beliefs, and attitudes. Remember, as you watch the video, be thinking about your own personal values, beliefs, and attitudes as they relate to special education, and be sure to write them down on a separate sheet of paper so you can refer back to them later in the training. Go ahead and click on the video when you're ready. Please take out the handout titled Affinity Mapping Protocol and make sure each person on your team has one. Next, follow the protocol by answering the question, what beliefs and values does your team hold for students with disabilities? Follow the process outlined on the Affinity Protocol until you've co-developed and agreed upon 2 to 5 non-negotiables for your team. For an example of district non-negotiables, please refer to the handout titled Non-Negotiables District Example. And when you're finished, you may continue with the training. At this time, please pause and write the non-negotiables of your internal monitoring process on the Terms of Reference document. Remember to refer to the sample Terms of Reference on your syllabus if you find that helpful. It's also recommended that one person on the team project the document on a screen for all members to see as you're co-developing any and all documents that you make.